Hey everybody, and welcome back to another lecture with Coding with Roby. And in today's lecture, we're going to learn about the POST request method. And POST is usually used to send a request body to the server for the server to do some kind of data manipulation and then send a response body back. And we're going to be dealing with request bodies using POST in the next section. In this section, we're still going to be using app.post, but we're going to be creating a new book and a new author by using query parameters instead of using the request body. So let's start by scrolling to the bottom and creating a new function called createBook as an asynchronous call. So let's start by typing in async def createBook, and then as the parameter, we're going to say book underscore title and book underscore author. And above this definition, let's create the app.post. And at the end of the app.post, we want to make sure it's an empty API string URL. So let's do @app_decorator.post and then an empty string inside. And now inside the function, we want to say current book ID is equal to 0 because now we're trying to find out how many books there are and for us to create an ID with a book at the very end of the book's dictionary list. So let's currently create a new ID called current book ID, which is equal to 0. Under this, we want to find the lengths of books and make sure that it's greater than 0. We now want to loop through each book in books and find out what number is at the end of books_1 or books_2. We're trying to find out what number it is so we can add one to the largest number within the books. So for book in books, x equals int book.split at the underscore -1 to find the last number or the last character. And I'm going to wrap this in an integer. And now if x is greater than current book ID, then we want to make sure current book ID is then equal to x. And then outside of all this, we just want to say books, book current book ID +1 is equal to the book title and book author we pass in. So we want to create a new value for the dictionary of books and then add it into the books dictionary. And then finally return books with the new current book ID +1. So that's going to be the response at the end. If we go back to our browser and we open up Swagger and we refresh the screen, we now see a new post call using createBook. We can see that book title and book author are both query variables that are both required. If we say try it out, we can add in a new book. So I'm going to say title 6 and I'm going to say author 6. If I execute this, we can see that we get title 6 and author 6 response because that's what we wanted to do, respond the new book that we created. But if we close this create book and we say read all books and we pass nothing in as the query for skip book and we execute, we're going to see that we now get 6 books as the response. Now remember, this book 6 is not getting saved in a database or anything, so it's only going to be rendering book 6 as long as we don't turn off the server. If we turn off this server and we rerun Unicorn, book 6 is going to go away because it's going to go right back up to this books list of book 1 through 5. In a later section of this course, we do create a database, we do create users, but we're not quite there yet, so this is all just temporary for now. This wraps up how to use post and create a variable or create a new item using query parameters, and I will see you in the next video.